We're at Japan World Heroes at the Metal Force booth, and we're with
Josue.
Okay, how's it going? I wanted to ask, what are your top 3 Power Rangers or Super Sentai seasons?
Okay, so I definitely, top 3 I have for Super Sentai. Okay. My first one was Shinkenger, so back in 2009, and that's definitely high up there. Second, I don't want to rank them because I haven't thought about it that much, but Tokuger, just love that, especially me. And oh man, I'm gonna have to go with. It's kind of cheap, but Gokaiger was just so good, you know.
I have seen that one.
Yeah, it's just a solid anniversary season. You get a little bit of everything. So yeah, I'll say those 3 for now. I could refine that, but for time I'll keep it at that.
No problem. What do you think it is about the Japanese side, the Super Sentai side, that does it better than the American side?
Oh man, how much time do we have? I can talk about it. So from a filmmaking perspective, Tokusatsu, there's a lot of culture behind that, right? Where it's like it's a genre that was born of like artistic expression, right? And sure, on a surface level, you have special effects and explosions and fights and all that stuff, but I personally see it and I connect with it on the same level as I do with sci-fi, where it's you're like, if we let's say for example we talk about Twilight Zone, right, where it's like you're seeing stories of alternate realities, and it allows you to speak on things that are happening in our lives, and kind of like emotional processing for us, right, to do that. Like personally for me, I love the lens that these Tokusatsu shows kind of like allow us to see ourselves and be like, hey, even though all this bad stuff is happening, and but like the human spirit, like we can be good, we can rise up to occasions, and yeah, sweet weapons and explosions are just an added plus. Yeah.
So you think that those are just not in the Power Rangers US side at all?
This is a nuanced conversation. I'm not throwing shade at Power Rangers. When you look at the let's call them artistic decisions that these shows are making. I feel like when you look at let's just say Super Sentai specifically as a series, you'll have like directors and producers that are like, yo, I want to tell this crazy story. There's a reason I want to tell this story, and this is my vision, and I'm going to go for it. And it's like, when you see it, you're just like, man, this is a kid show. Like, why are we talking about this? When the general demographic for Super Sentai is like kids 5 to 7 or something like that. You know what I mean? And when you compare it to on the American side, the adaptation for Super Sentai or for Power Rangers, it really just does come across as hey, we're just this is for kids. It doesn't matter. It's for kids, and we don't really have to put in thought. Not to say that there aren't good Power Ranger series. You know what I mean? There are some seasons where you get that like passion and storytelling. I haven't seen RPM, but I hear that is a really good one. A lot of people talk about it.
I have seen that one, and yeah, it is good. It's kind of the darkest one. Mm-hmm. It is silly. Yeah. It's still got the silliness to it, for sure. Still very much Power Rangers, but it is kind of the darkest one, and I do see why that one is kind of put up on the pedestal also.
When you look at the source material, Go Onger, completely opposite. So I haven't seen Go Onger. There was a panel. Me and my friends were at a panel for Go On Red. He was there, and they were just, oh my God, thanks. Sorry, I got fans. They were telling me, it's like, oh yeah, Go Onger is like the Cars. Lightning McQueen came to our world and was like, hey, you have to help us. And as a premise, that's completely wild. I feel like this is. I'm sorry to go on a rant here,
it's cool.
but I feel like this is something that I love about just overseas storytelling, where is that they're not afraid of just crazy concepts. Like here on the West, it's like, nah, man, that's too unbelievable. We can't do that. And they're like, nah, man, so this kid got knocked back in time because he ate a bad donut. And you get what I'm saying? It's just like, it's like, allow your audience to like suspend their disbelief. Not everything has to be concrete. Right. So you see that a lot in anime and stuff like that. And it's like, I have a lot of friends that they'll start watching Japanese stuff and they're like, I did not think that this was gonna go this way, and like it's like it's like they think they're stepping into a puddle, but they're stepping into like a whole ass pool, and they're just like, So yeah, I personally connect more on the source material side of things, but of course we all grew up with Power Rangers. I was exposed to Tokusatsu through Power Rangers. And but there, I connected with it on a filmmaking level later on in life, where I kind of like revisited it, and I was just like, oh wow, like this is actually a really cool genre that you can just kind of do anything. It's reminiscent to the superhero boom that we've been experiencing for the last couple, what feels like 2 decades. But yeah, like it's just let us get stories while having fun. Essentially, is how I feel about it. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I think you said a lot of like deep stuff there, and I think the deepest thing that I thought of with Sentai and Power Rangers, it can apply to either. I feel like for me, the reason that Power Rangers and Sentai have lasted so long is that the show kind of most closely resembles to the feeling of playing on the playground. Like it's so close to that. Like, for example, I asked my wife, who's Japanese, I said, why is it that Ryu and Ken say Hadouken in Street Fighter? And she said simply, it's because they want kids to say it on the playground. And I think that similar mentality is transferred over into Power Rangers, and it's just like the most fun in that way. And it's, there's the hump of acceptability you have to get over, which stops some people, but once you get past it, everybody just loves that stuff. Exactly. And that's the thing that Japanese stuff does really well, whether it's in anime or in Tokusatsu, which I 100% agree. But anyway, next question would be, what's your Sentai hot take?
Ooh, Sentai hot take. Man, I don't think I have that many hot takes. Okay. Maybe, I don't know how people feel about it, but hey, bring back the Metal Hero series. Like, why did that go away, This thing is from a Metal Hero series, and it's just like, it's just so cool. Like, I mean, but...
Talking about like Gavin and stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Gavin, Soul Brain, Winspector. Like, sure, it's a little, like... I don't... Culturally, it might be a little overplayed, because it's just like, just cops, But you can have fun with it. I feel like the aesthetic is just like RoboCop, the way that I see it. I'm just like, yeah, man, just bulky, big, heavy dudes. Like Iron Man essentially is a metal hero. Iron Man's a metal hero.
Right, for sure.
So why aren't we having? It's like, we're only allowed one Iron Man. That's all. That's all we're allowed, guys.
We should have more.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So last question: what do you think about a horror tokusatsu? R-rated kind of Power Rangers inspired idea like Metal Force.
Horror and Toku, really, I think there's a synergy there, because they're like, when you think of horror, there is a level of camp, right? That is kind of like ingrained, and like most, like all good horror will have some level of camp, and I feel like that, like a lot of people, especially in the general populace, see Tokusatsu and all they see is camp. They're not, they don't connect with that, but it's that level of disbelief where it's just like, man, just kind of, essentially let them cook, right? Where it's just like, bro, horror Toku, that's gonna be a good combo right off the bat, and you guys have aliens. I love aliens. Hey, we're in the era of the alien. So yeah, I think it's a match made in heaven.
Thank you, man. I think that's gonna do it. Awesome interview.
Thank you.